Hey all, welcome to the Sim Hanger. My name's Mark. The fact that you're watching this video probably means you've got a keen interest in flight simulation and Microsoft Flight Simulator in particular. And one of the things we simmers like to do is to improve our level of enjoyment within the sim by increasing the level of immersion, be that in VR or via our monitors. If you are using your monitors, one of the most efficient ways of improving your level of immersion is to use head tracking, and I've covered a number of products in the past on that subject. Today we're looking at a product, Tobii Eye Tracker 5, but don't let the name confuse you. It's a lot more than just eye tracking, it's a full head tracking solution. And let me start really at the end by telling you that I'm blown away by how immersive it is and how natural it feels, and it's an easy setup as well. Let's get into it, let's have a look, and let's get started. If you're not already familiar with Tobii, you've probably heard the name. And that's because they're pioneers in eye tracking, and particularly so in areas such as virtual reality and assistive healthcare. For example, you're probably aware that Pimax have announced a new headset, the Pimax Crystal, due third quarter 2022, and this headset will have Tobii eye tracking and auto IPD adjustment built in. Tobii, a Swedish-based company, is known for its innovation, and its Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is no exception. Using a combination of sensors and cameras, it's able to accurately track both your head and eye movements, and unlike Track IR, for example, it doesn't need you to wear reflective surfaces or sensors. It'll work with curved screens, multiple monitors, and if like me you wear glasses, no problem. And it's also compatible if you wear contact lenses. I put the Tobii Eye Tracker through its paces in a number of scenarios, including joining up with a couple of mates in the Reno Air Races for a private match. I've tried it out in PMDG's Boeing 737, and I've taken it for a spin in the Cessna Caravan. And we'll be having a look at that just now, but first a few details. The Tobii Eye Tracker 5 provides full 6 degrees of freedom, including yaw, pitch, roll, horizontal sideways movement, vertical movement, and zoom. What's more, once you've installed and set up the Tobii Eye Tracker, it's automatically recognized in Sim. It installs with default settings so you're ready to go. Movement is calibrated so you can check your 6 while still seeing your monitor. Within the sim, all the settings are under the Sensitivity tab and provides full control over both head and eye tracking. What makes the Tobii different to any other head tracking software out there is the eye tracking in combination with the head tracking. I'm in the PMDG 737 and I'm just having a casual look around the cockpit from the pilot's seat. And here you can see the 6 degrees of freedom in the head tracking in practical use. I can look to my side, I can look at the overhead panel, I can check behind me, and I can also look at the pedestal console. And of course I can use my mouse or controls in combination with the Tobii. So that's head tracking. What about eye tracking? I've now turned on the Tobii Ghost Bubble. This of course normally wouldn't be shown, but the Tobii unit tracks not just my head but my eyes as well. I'm keeping my head still and I've just looked up. Now I'm going to look down. The Tobii unit very cleverly is mimicking your gaze change as you move your eyes. And this of course just feels absolutely natural. It's what you do all the time without even realizing it. You change your focus to glance at something without moving your head. Now look how accurate it is. I'm moving my eyes from one gauge to the other, as well as moving my head slightly. For anybody who follows my channel knows that I'm a keen VR enthusiast. I can tell you in my personal opinion, this feels very, very similar. It's quick, it's accurate, well, it's just amazing.
4 laps down, 2 to
I teamed up with Fog of War, Tunesy and Wombleway for a private match in Reno Races. We're in the L39 jets, and I've got the ghost bubble on. And despite being in a race, it's amazing just how much you move your eyes as you take it all in. By any measure, I'm not an expert at Reno Races, but I found the use of the Tobii Eye Tracker was very helpful, made me more spatially aware, and helped me track my opponents. Although at times that wasn't particularly hard, as most of them were ahead of me.
Oh, Mr. Target.
Ah, Tunesy, you got
Stay on target.
I'm gutted, mate. I'm so sorry.
Your sincerity is really killing me.
Well, we can't have you win everything, can we?
You can miss about 5 more. That helped me out a lot.
I chose the Reno Air Races as it's a great way to demonstrate the benefit of the eye tracking, where you just need to change your view slightly. There's no need to move your head, which is what you'd need to do with other products on the market. It just works. It's instinctive and very natural. I can't see you, Tunesy. I'm looking around. I can't see
I'm on your 8 o'clock, mate. Inside wing. Dead level.
Ah, there you are.
9
I
o'clock.
see you. Panic, panic, panic. The ability to look around and adjust your view without the need to use the mouse or keyboard or even a hat switch just immediately brings up the level of immersion. Makes everything seem just so much more real. My sense of speed and depth certainly improved.
Whoa, turbulence. Wow. I got your turbulence then.
Yeah, I picked up a bit of wet turbulence from Fog of War.
That's just wind. Where's he going?
I have no idea. He just shot across the front of me.
He's just sitting in an ice cream van or something.
I just blacked out.
Using a combination of IR sensors and cameras to give you both head and eye tracking makes the Tobii unique in the market. And just now we'll have a look at what you get and how to install and set up. It didn't take me long at all. It was hassle-free and a lot easier and simpler to configure to get it just the way you want it than some other devices out there. What I really liked was all the settings being available in sim and changeable on the fly. Let's take a look. To access the Tobii Eye Tracker settings in Microsoft Flight Simulator, head to the Control Options menu. And once in that menu, from the top menu bar, select the Tobii Eye Tracker. All the configuration options are under the Sensitivities menu. Tobii Eye Tracker support is built inherently into Microsoft Flight Simulator. As this is a review and not a tutorial, I'm not going to go through all the settings one by one. But here you can see the settings that I've settled on. I will, however, highlight a couple of important points. If, for example, you didn't want eye tracking, you could turn the eye tracking responsiveness down to 0. You can adjust the sensitivity or degree of rotation for any of the 6 degrees of freedom movement by turning up or down the various sensitivities. If you want to use the zoom feature, move your head closer or further away from an object. Make sure that the head tracking sensitivity position is at 1 or more. One other adjustment I made was to the head tracking auto center. I've got that set to 0. It's turned off. If it was 1, it would be turned on. I found it easier to use a key to set auto center. Once you've made any changes, click Done, apply and save, and return back to your flight. You can of course create multiple profiles. The default eye tracking reset or auto center key is F12. That should be set by default. What isn't set up by default and recommended is toggle head tracking. I set up a key combo, and setting this allows you to turn on and off the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. I'm back flying and will now activate Tobii Eye Tracker. I had it toggled off. Once you've done any changes, you can then test and see if you're happy with it. Is it moving smoothly, and are you getting the degree of rotation that you want? If not, head back to the controls menu and make further adjustments. When making changes, of course, always remember to save. Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is available direct from Tobii and from various retailers as well. Their price here of £259 includes VAT, etc. This price is more expensive than most of the competition out there, but you are getting added features and benefits, and at the end of the day, when all is said and done, you get what you pay for. Tobii are currently doing a promotion, and there's a discount of 10% between the 29th of June and the 12th of July. You can get it by clicking the non-affiliated link in the notes below. The Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is thankfully a small compact unit and arrives box within box. It's well packaged. Comes with a set of pictorial instructions which are straightforward and easy to understand, and directs you to download some software. You get the main unit, which includes the cameras and sensors, and this is connected to a USB cable. On the back of the main unit, it's magnetic, making attachment to the various mounting options easy and hassle-free. Also in the package is a USB extension cable if you need a longer reach, and there are 2 mounting options available. The 2 small flat strips can be used on either a laptop or on a monitor, or the other mounting option, and the one that I've used, is designed to fit to the top or bottom of a monitor, and by using the small plastic clip can be angled up or down. I attached mine to the base of the monitor and angled it up slightly. It's held in place magnetically and it's quite strong and just clicks into place. It's small and unintrusive. When you first plug the unit in, it should automatically download the Tobii experience. At first you're not sure if something's happening. It does take a minute or 2 and you're done. If not, it's also available via the Microsoft Store and directly from Tobii. The first thing you'll want to do is set up your eye tracking and clicking on Improve Calibration. First of all, it will track your eyes, and it doesn't matter whether you're wearing glasses or contact lenses. Located the eyes, IPD set, and it will now move on to eye tracking. Here you'll go through a series of dots that you have to watch until they explode, and this is how the unit calibrates your eye movement. Just be sure to keep your head still whilst you look at the various dots, and calibration is done. In Tobii Experience, going to Settings, you can recalibrate at any time. If you're using multiple monitors, you can select the monitor that's got the Tobii device. And if more than one person is using it in the household, you can set up different profiles. Selecting Preview On will give you the Tobii Ghost Bubble, which I demoed earlier. And that's it. It's done.
Wombleway, are you still on the runway? You can't be. I can't see, I got tears in my eyes.
And so now on to my final thoughts and opinions. And I think to sum it up, here's the crunch question and answer. I've been a user of TrackIR for many years. But in all honesty, the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 is better, much better and easier. And it will be my head tracker of choice going forward. It's hard to explain the benefits of eye tracking combined with head tracking, how natural it feels, and being able to do the sensitivity changes on the fly in sim, well, it's a massive benefit. If you want an honest recommendation from me on what head tracking to get, it's the Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Thanks very much for joining me today. See you again soon, and bye for now.